S.W.A.T, the 1970s television series that inspired the movie, is now available on DVD.
TV show back in the days was really cool.
It had a tremendous impact. It was very controversial.
There were 5 guys working in adventure and excitement and action.
We were all fans of the television show from the 70s, and this is a movie that's inspired by that show.
SWAT is elite. We're very particular about who joins the fraternity. When it's big, when it's emergency, when it's unique, that's when we're called in.
SWAT was on ABC for a season and a half, 39 episodes, mid-70s, like 75, 76.
Let's go.
On SWAT, you always had, some like crazy psycho Satan group or whatever, plotting world domination and destruction. And the special weapons and tactics force would have to swing into action to stop them from taking over the city, the county, the state, the country, the world.
1, 2, 3.
Hondo, as they called him.
Right there.
I remember as being this kind of can-do, macho, cool guy that everyone had to relate to.
Take this man where I can't see him before I kick his butt around the block and halfway back to Missouri.
He was always the guy that, no matter what they said, Sergeant, they're taking over the city. We're all doomed. And he would be like, screw them.
Let's get it on.
And he would just like squint his eyes like John Wayne and throw a few fireballs their way, and that would be that. You gotta love a guy like that.
There's a key to all this somewhere, and I want to latch onto it fast.
SWAT, I think, had the greatest penetration with the audience of any piece of work that I did.
This is the police. Throw down your gun and come out with your hands on your head.
It hit the ratings like a bomb, and it was #1 the first week and thereafter.
He's coming at you, Deke. He's all yours.
One of the first things I hear from him is, are you Deke? You're Deke? That's so good. Making the show, we had a lot of fun.
My name's Harrelson.
James Street.
Robert Urich, it was great because he fit in perfectly on this show because he had that sort of macho hunk way about him.
Will they catch him?
If he's still around, they'll find him.
I think what struck a chord with TV audiences in SWAT was we had very clearly delineated bad guys and very clear good guys. And, the good guys were putting their butts on the line. With SWAT, you knew there was some serious stuff going down.
I don't want to hurt anyone, but I got an old lady in here. And if you make me, I'll waste her right here on the spot.
And we related to the, kind of the cavalry riding in to save the day.
I want you to find yourself a vantage point up there. Lay in a few rounds. Not too close. Don't want to risk hitting Janet.
I think it had some impact on crime dramas to the extent that it allowed us to see bullets being fired more so than just, cop shows prior to that.
You didn't have to come in shooting. We had the situation under control.
I had to. He was going to kill a hostage. I had to nail him.
Most of the hour dramas were so sanitized that you couldn't even get through them without laughing. This one, at least, had a little bit of violence.
There were several organizations that were concerned about violence on television. Our show had become targeted for it. They felt that SWAT was part of a wider picture of violence that was harming the country. I respected that. In fact, as the father of 3 young sons, my heart was with them on this. But I felt that they were wrong about our show.
It's a pretty hairy shot, but I can make it if I have to.
Well, with any luck, you may not have to. We're going to try to talk him out.
I don't think it was violent. I didn't look at it from a violent point of view. I looked at it from the point that we had to do a job.
Who's ever inside has got a gun. He's taking pot shots at the fireman.
It was a really new type action show.
Police, stand where you are.
And it didn't try to make its reputation on blood and gore.
If you've got a beef, you're not going to solve it inside there with a gun.
If you were to watch a couple episodes of SWAT today, I think you'd think, oh my God, what was the big deal? You never really saw much blood. It was all very cartoony and, chaos, more so than real, anything even close to raw violence.
If you stay in there, you're going to get fried.
this would be the mildest show on television now, were it to come on today into prime time.
Listen, you cops out there, you just better stop what you're doing, okay?
Gentlemen, we have a hostage situation. It's called Pritchard.
It was canceled before its time to some degree. It looked like it had at least a 4 or 5 year run in it, but I think whoever was tramping down on shows at the time, thinking this is way too violent, we can't be giving this to the populace. And I'm sure that some pressure was exerted on ABC and on the producers to get rid of this show, so they had to cancel it.
When I was a real little boy, we used to, pretend that, we were on a SWAT team and stuff like that, and, it was TJ and Luke and Deke and this one and that one, and it was pretty cool.
When I was a kid, SWAT was a favorite show of mine. I used to have all the outfits. I have a picture of me in my SWAT vest when I was a kid that I bought. And my brother used to play it.
Continue the perimeter until you've locked in on the others.
Roger.
The theme song is what I really remember best.
I thought it was a terrific theme.
Da-da-da, da-da-da.
Dun-dun-dun.
Na-na-na, na-na-na.
Catch S.W.A.T, the complete first season on DVD.